Hello, beautiful people. Today, I want to talk to you guys about how you can learn to monetize your skills and enjoy your life. Now, the very first thing that I want you to understand is that every person has a very wide variety of skills. Or rather, when you're born, it's not even skills. These are certain tendencies or preferences that you have, which is basically a bunch of things that you naturally really enjoy doing. Now, skill is something that develops over time. Now, let me explain. Now, I might have a tendency where I might really enjoy driving cars, but that doesn't mean that the first time I try to drive a car, I would be really good at it. In fact, the very first time I drove a car, I crashed it into a pole. And this was when I was 11 years old, and this was my dad's Maruti 800. But having said that, this was something that I really, really wanted to do in my life. This never really felt like work to me. Over time, I became really good at driving cars. But the thing is, I don't get paid for driving cars. Now, there are some people who do get paid for driving cars. Well, you have cab drivers who get paid for driving cars, but you also have Formula One drivers who get paid for driving cars. Now, the difference between the two is one is being paid for their skill, while the other is being paid for their time and the service that they're providing. They're not particularly being paid for their skill. Now, obviously, there are very, very few people who are at the level of driving in Formula One racing. So, the key point that I want you to understand over here is that if you were to pick only one skill and say that, hey, this is the one skill that I'm going to get really, really good at, and then this is what is going to pay me money, the problem with that is that you would have to be the best in the world. But the way to work around it, and which is something that everyone can do and make a decent amount of money, actually a huge amount of money, is by rather than focusing on only one skill, you realize what are all the things that you really naturally enjoy doing in life. And there would be many different things. And from all of those, you pick a bunch of skills and then you work on each one of them and make yourself really, really good at them. And then you figure out how can I combine these skills together in order to form something that is exceptionally unique to me. For example, if I'm really good at communicating and I'm also really good at getting along with people, and I'm also really good at, say, connecting with artists, and I'm really good at bargaining. Now, I might be able to put all of these skills together and I might organize really, really good parties, and I might be able to make a huge amount of money doing that. Now, the next thing that I want you to understand is that with any skill, there is a learning curve, which is that at the very beginning, you would kind of suck at it, and it would be your enthusiasm that would keep you going. But over time, as you keep getting better and better at that skill, which needs a huge amount of practice, but if you're doing something that you naturally enjoy, that practice would seem like play to you. But as you keep at it and as you keep getting better and better, over time, you would get exceptionally good at a bunch of the skills that you have chosen for yourself. Now, there's one more thing I want you to bear in mind, which is the way we are designing our life. You want to make sure that you're able to have a huge amount of freedom and flexibility for yourself in life. That ways you get ample amounts of opportunities to practice on the things that you really enjoy doing. Now, the biggest problem that most people have is that they have kind of got themselves stuck in so many different places that they absolutely have no time whatsoever. And so, all the God given talents and the gifts that they have kind of get buried along with them. So, I think that's about it from me for today. And as always, if you guys have any questions for me, leave them in the comments below, and I would be happy to make future videos to answer all of your questions. Mwah! You guys have a wonderful day. See you guys soon. Bye bye.